Let's put this down here. Good night, Christina. How are you?
Hello.
All righty. We're going to be getting started shortly, but thanks for being first. We have a couple people joining us on Zoom, and then we're also broadcasting to a live group. So again, thanks for being here with me on Zoom. I appreciate you.
Okay, are you speaking to me?
Yeah, I am. Yep, because you're
Okay,
my first one on in the Zoom chat.
super, super. Okay, and I'm on my cell phone right now, so I'm just trying to make sure that I have everything coordinated properly.
Yeah, absolutely. You're good. I appreciate you.
All right, very good. I do see now. Yes, I'm just logging in, so
Awesome.
appreciate it.
You got
Okay,
it.
how do you pronounce your name, Cass?
Cass. Yep. Yes, ma'am. You hit it right on the head.
Okay, okay, very good. Appreciate it.
You got it. All right, everybody that's listening. So we have one person on Zoom. We have a full group in our Facebook chat. So we're going to get started in about 2 minutes. But tonight, what I want to do is thank you for being on. We look like we just have Coach Maya. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. She just joined. But again, a couple people in Zoom, tons of people in the Facebook group. And tonight, we're going to be talking about, how to really blow up your brand online using the 5 Ps, right? So we're going to get started shortly, but if you're on Zoom, go ahead and just type into chat. Just let me know where you're zooming in from, what state you're representing, and I could get acquainted with you. But I'm Kaz Thompson. I'm here in Atlanta, originally born in Jamaica, raised in New York, and I've been in Atlanta for about 20 years. And I'm going to get into my intro, but tonight is not about me. Tonight is more about you. So I'm going to just walk you through what's going on in Chi-Town. All right. So I'm going to really walk you through in Atlanta as well. Thank you, Christine. We're going to really walk through how to get better at social media. So if you're on this class, you're most likely either a business owner or entrepreneur, and you just want to get better. And this is what we do. But again, I'll introduce myself in a little bit and get back to what we're here to do tonight. So just some expectations for the room. This class should take about 20 to 30 minutes. It is very open, very laid back, very informal. So if you have any questions, you can always pop it in the chat. After the presentation is done, what I'm going to do is walk you through, and I always like telling people this up front. This is not a sales call, but if you'd like to get deeper in our relationship and you want to learn more, I'm going to give you some ways to do that, right? Also, I'm going to open it up right at the 20, 25, maybe 30-minute mark. If you have any just random questions about anything about business, how I got started, how you could go further, I want to use this room as a way for you to actually, again, get educated, get the answers you need. So again, even though we're talking about the 5 Ps and we're talking about social media, if there's anything at all that I don't cover, feel free to speak up, and we're going to get into it. We're a family tonight. So again, type in number one if you're just ready to get started and you're excited about changing your life with social media. Just put number one in the chat. Got to make sure you guys are still awake. All right. So I see some people chiming in on Facebook. All right. We're doing good. All right. Let's get started. So tonight we're going to talk about how to make money online using your personal brand without any prior experience or even spending money on ads. Thank you for that, number one, Christine. So the goal is by the end of this workshop, you're going to have the 4-step system that we use to help our clients increase their revenue and grow their business by using social media to make money. So super simple. What we're doing here tonight is, using social media as a tool. So sometimes people think it's a chore, and it is a form of entertainment. But if you're a business owner, it's a fantastic way to get the audience that you want, make connections with new people, and ultimately, if your purpose is to help, and we're going to jump into purpose a little later, but if your purpose is really to help, others move forward with your products, with your services, then you're in the right place, right? So let's continue. So tons of people are doing their best to post on social media, but because they don't have the right systems in place, it's not getting them consistent leads or sales. So who's this training for? So we typically talk to, real estate agents, service providers. We work with tons of coaches and consultants. Those are our favorite. Anyone looking to create an online coaching or education business. So those are people that are just starting out. Every now and again, we also work with affiliate marketers. So if you don't know what affiliate marketing is, that's if you really don't have your own, business per se, your own either brick and mortar or service business online, then you could use affiliate marketing to make tons of money. So that's when you are taking your time, you're taking your influence, you're taking your personal brand to really help other businesses grow, and then you get a small cut from that. So we teach people how to make money with affiliate marketing as well. So, and then anyone else looking to just find more customers online. So again, real estate agents, owners, coaches, consultants, people just starting out, people who are in the middle, and sometimes we will work with people that are making over 200,000. They just want to scale their business further. They're not interested in hiring any type of full-time marketing assistant, but they know that they could be doing better. So we try to work with those people on a regular basis, right? So in the next 30 minutes, what we're going to do is walk through 4 things. So 1, what type of content you should be creating. 2, how to attract more leads that take action. That's the purpose, right? So we're on social media, and plenty of times people are just making posts and they're like, hey, Kaz, I'm posting, but people aren't reacting to my posts. Like, what's wrong? How come I'm only getting 1 or 2 likes? And how come, again, people aren't doing what I'm thinking that they should be doing because I'm posting and nothing's happening? Number 3, we're going to talk about how to automate some of your marketing efforts. And last but not least, we're going to talk about how to use social media to magnify your business, to get your business more awareness, and to put your business in front of the eyes of people that should be seeing it. So we're going to jump in, right? So a little housekeeping before we get started. Number 1, and ultimately this is all about mindset. So I'm not going to read it bullet for bullet, but number 1 and number 4 are my most favorite. So 1, you cannot get results without consistent action. So typically what happens is, especially in this post-COVID world, where tons of people are doing online trainings, they're taking courses, they're working with a coach. They're consuming a lot of information, right? And for me, I try to pace it out very simply and give you, 1 or 2 steps at a time, 3 or 4 steps at a time. But nothing's going to really take action. Nothing's going to, you're not going to get results unless you actually put the work in and become consistent, right? And we're going to talk about this a little bit later too, but don't confuse the word consistency with, quantity, right? So if I say be more consistent, that doesn't necessarily mean to post every day. That means just, find your groove. If posting once a week is your groove, then do that well. But don't say you're going to post once a week and then I come next week and, you say you're posting on Monday, and Monday I don't see you show up, right? So just be as consistent as possible. Number 4, these fundamentals will only work if you do. So we don't promise any get rich quick schemes or get rich overnight. You're definitely going to have to put some work in. And again, not only for this free workshop, but any course that you pay for, any coach that you pay for, what you're paying for is implementation, meaning that you have to take some action and do some of the things that are involved. And my only ask of you is, I'm going to give you, 4, 5, 6, ultimately tons of nuggets tonight, right? So let's not even count them. But if you only put, 1 piece in action and get better 1% every single day, this will make the whole entire time spent with me worthwhile. So if you agree with me, let me get A for agree in the chat. Yep. So if you're on Facebook or if you're on Zoom, if you agree that you're going to take at least one of these actions and put them into motion, yep, I see some A's coming through. I appreciate that. All right. So that's the housekeeping. All right. So let's talk about me for no more than four minutes, I promise. And then we're going to get right into the content. So I'm a business owner. If you haven't met me before, I see some familiar faces, but I also see some new faces. So welcome. My name is Kaz, pronounced C-A-S, Kaz, spelled C-A-S, I should say. Last name Thompson. And I'm a business owner. I'm a content creator. And in the past year, we've helped over 300 clients, small business owners, again, coaches, consultants, achieve the success that they're trying to achieve on social media. So we do workshops, we do all kinds of trainings, we have online courses, and most importantly, we do personal coaching. Every now and then we'll do free stuff on live too. So if you're following me on Facebook, you know that once a week I try to come in either in the group or on our page and do free workshops as well to help as many people as possible. So in 2018, I got fired. So I had a regular 9-to-5 job, as some of you do on this training, right? And if you're on the training and you're working and you have a 9-to-5, this could be your way to break free of the 9-to-5, start either your side hustle or start your business now, and do both at the same time. And I'm here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with that, right? So my personal story is 2018. I was with a major telecom company for several years. I was a district manager, a sales leader, marketing. I had about 125 people under me, and they started to shrink the company and just didn't have the funds to keep me. And it was very devastating to me and my family. And for the first 3 or 4 months, it was rocky, but decided to open up a restaurant. So that was my first endeavor in opening up a brick and mortar business. So I've had several side businesses before. I was in photography, but this particular experience rocked me. I was super excited. It was again November 2018. We opened up a Jamaican restaurant right here in Atlanta. And the first month, fantastic. The second month, fantastic. The third month, things started to get a little shaky. And then, just thinking back, in hindsight, the one thing that I was good at was obviously rallying my friends and family, come and support, to use their referral program or referral system to tell others, tell people at church, tell people where you work, to come see us, to come support us. But that was my first realization, and maybe a lot of you on the call tonight have realized that you can't rely on friends and family to be your only customers, right? And oftentimes complete strangers, people you don't even know, are your best customers. So if you don't have to put it in chat, but if you agree, just nod your head. Even if I can't see you, just know that you can't rely on the actions of friends and family forever to run your business. So if you want to create a true business, you're going to have to figure out some type of way to get, there you go, facts. You're going to have to figure out some type of way to get customers on a regular basis that are not your friends and family. So it's month 3, month 4. For one, it's a brick and mortar business. So we have rent to pay. We have employees, so people to pay, and things slow down. So quickly, I had to learn how to, jump into marketing. I got some mentors, and we turned things around. That's the good news. We turned things around, and we turned it around so well that other business owners started to ask us, what, for some advice. What should I be doing different in my business? And just to fast forward, I'm not going to tell you the entire story. I could bore you all night, but just to fast forward, that led to us opening up a marketing firm, because I fell in love. I quickly learned that I couldn't be in the restaurant and have it scale. So I couldn't be in the restaurant every single day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and still have it scale. And now my new passion was helping all these other business owners with the marketing. So, we quickly turned, my passion and my new love of marketing into another business. We opened up the marketing firm. The restaurant is still open, being managed by somebody else. I'm not an investor, but that's when I really learned the importance of marketing. We've been able to turn those same exact principles that we've learned, in the restaurant to help all these other, business owners. So again, coaches, consultants, service providers, and it comes down to messaging and the images that you're putting out. So if you've ever gone to a restaurant, or you're with a spouse, or you're going on a date and you're thinking about going to a restaurant, one of the things that people do right now is they'll jump online, right? They'll jump online. I got something on my screen trying to scratch out. They'll jump online and they'll see, all right, let me check out this restaurant that my buddy told me about, and let me see what the food looks like, right? Let me see what the atmosphere looks like. Let me see how many stars they're getting, right? Let me see the reviews, right? So especially like ladies, like my wife will not go anywhere without looking at the reviews first, and I don't blame her. So, but know that when people are looking for coaches, when people are looking for consultants, when people are looking for real estate agents, they're doing the same exact thing. So as a coach, as an agent, as a marketer, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you want to make sure that when people search for your name, when people search for your business, that nothing but positivity comes up, right? We're not saying that you possibly haven't stumbled or made a couple of mistakes, but I'm here to tell you that you have full control over how your brand is perceived online, right? And there's a couple things that you could do specifically through social media, specifically through Google, specifically through, I said social media, but on Facebook. When people start looking for you, they don't want to see that you're posting every day. If you want to post every day, you can, but they just want to see that you're current. They want to see that you're not a scammer, right? So in 2023, there's a lot of people out scamming, asking for checks, and people don't want to get hurt online, right? So what you want to do is make sure that when you go out and you're promoting your brand, that when people go to search for you, that only positivity comes out, right? So that's what we help people do. And last but not least, you'll see that fourth bullet there. I'm a mistake maker, right? So because we've had the luxury of opening up multiple businesses, we've made multiple mistakes. And that might sound weird on a presentation, like what Kaz is talking about, messing up and making mistakes. I'm here to tell you that as an entrepreneur, the only way that you could find success is if you make tons of mistakes. You have to fail forward. There's a book that I read by John Maxwell. He's again a sales author. He talks about not just sales but personal development, business development all the time. And I read a book by him. I don't know when it came out, but this was a few years ago, and it's called Failing Forward. You can't move forward in your business unless you fail, right? And in order to fail, you have to try, right? So when you're trying to figure things out as an entrepreneur and you're stumbling, don't quit. Don't think that that's the end of your business. Don't think that, all right, you're all washed up. You're going to fail forward. So just know that when you're looking for a coach or somebody to help you, if they're saying that they've never messed up, that's the ultimate red flag right there. So make sure that, make sure that you're getting with somebody that has gone through some of the things that you don't want to go through, right? So when I'm working with new clients, I'm telling them all the adversity, all the struggles, things to look out for, because I want them to win. It's almost, does anybody have children? If you have children, put it in chat. Just say C for children or child. If you have one child or any children. Let's see how many C's we get in the chat. All right, that's one C. Yep. I know there's not just one person in here with a child. And if so, right? So what's up, Thomas? If you have a child, one of the roles of a parent is that if you have a child, you want them to experience things better than you've experienced them, right? So if there's something that they want, you want to be able to provide for them, right? If you're teaching them how to ride a bike, you know that they're going to fall, but you don't want their knees to get scratched up as much as your knees got scratched up when you was learning to ride a bike, right? And that's the same way that we should be treating our clients, right? The people that we work with, our customers. We should want them to go through all of the motions without making all the mistakes that we made. So again, I'm a mistake maker. I'm proud of it. And because of that, I'm able to help you get through the weather, right? Get through the storm. All right, let's jump in. So what I'm going to teach you today has taken me over 10 years to figure out, and we're going to give you the answers. Yes, ma'am. All right, let me unshare this. Let me know if it's okay if I shut that down. There you go. All right, we're not going to get to the money yet. Definitely not. All right, so we're going to run through the 5 Ps that we used to help our clients launch on social media and make money. And we do have a surprise, a step number 6, the 6th P. So stay tuned for that. We're going to get through it. So again, let's jump in. We talked about who we're going to help. And tonight we're going to talk about the 5 Ps method, how to attract more leads that take action, how to automate your marketing efforts, and how to use social media to magnify your business. And the first P is going to be people. So, all right, let's go. All right, so when you're focused on social media, and if you can, please mute your phones. When you're focused on social media, the first thing that you should be thinking about, especially when you're going to create content, is people. And I know it sounds obvious, but we're going to break through and talk through 2 or 3 specific actions that you need to be taking. I know somebody got a cough. It's okay if you got a cough. There you go. I appreciate it. All right. All right. So the first thing that we want to be talking about is people, right? So you have to figure out, who you want to serve, right? So the easiest thing to do when you first jump online, especially if you're new, is like, hey, I want to touch as many people as possible. And I get it. I want to reach as many people as possible. I want to help as many people as possible, right? And that's good, right? But when you are just starting out, if you're within your first year, your first 2 years, the ultimate thing that you can do is create what's called a niche or a niche. Some people say niche, some people say niche, however you pronounce it, whatever you say, you want to create a very small group of people that you help. And I know it sounds counterproductive because you want to help as many people as possible. You want to make all the money. You want to have all the fun. So you're like, hey, let me help let me help the whole world. And the problem with that is, one is super competitive, but when you're trying to help everybody and you have a marketing message that is promoted to everybody, the problem that's going to happen is you're going to end up hitting nobody, right? So your statements and your messages are going to be so broad that you're not going to really be able to dial into the people that you need to truly help. So got somebody in chat. Thank you. All right, no worries. You're good. You're good. I'm going to send you a copy of this recording. So again, the first thing that you want to do is really attack the type of person that you want to impact the most, right? So let's say you are a coach and you want to help nurses, right? So when you're creating your content and you immediately start with the word nurses, guess what? if I'm a nurse and I see that, you're calling my name out, I'm going to want to take action and listen. I'm going to want to take action. I'm going to want to read. I'm going to want to see what this message is about. So that's the very first step. So once you're able to identify the people or the type of person that you want to help, you want to call them out in your content. Right. So you want to call them out in your content. So whether you're creating video, whether you're creating a post, if this is in the caption, don't be afraid to speak to the person that you want to help. Right. You can't leave it so vague that, hey, I don't know if he's talking to me. I have a problem with the thing that he's trying to help me fix, but it's not connecting with me. So I'm gonna scroll, right? And if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, Reels is very popular, but right now it's nothing but scrolling. People are jumping in, and if you don't catch their attention in 1, 2, maybe 3 seconds tops, they're going to just keep on scrolling past your content. We do not want that, right? So what we want is to first call out the type of person that we're trying to help, right? If I'm an auto mechanic, and yes, absolutely, everybody's going to get a copy of this for sure, right? I got you, right? So if you're an auto mechanic, I still want you to stick with me though. I got P number 6. I promise I'm not going to keep you too long. But yeah, if you're an auto mechanic and you're just talking to everybody, if I have an Audi, I'm going to keep going. But if I have somebody that's advertising saying, hey, if you want your Audi fixed right now, we have this 3-step program. It's only going to cost you $500. I'm automatically interested, right? So that is going to be the first step in getting the content out that you need to get out, is attracting the type of person, the type of people that you want, right? So the second step when we're talking about people is not just the person that owns that specific thing that you're solving the problem for. You want to talk about demographics too. So we have a couple of ladies on the line tonight, both in the Facebook group and on Zoom. And for me, let's say your target market is a 20 to 25-year-old woman, right? And then there's another, your competition is targeting the same audience, but instead of 20 to 25, it's 40 to 45, right? So if you're a woman, those two people listen to different types of music, right? So if 20 to 25, it might be, Summer Walker. If she's listening to rap, it might be a Little Baby. But 40 to 45, they're just not that they've never heard a Little Baby, but they're not listening to that on a regular basis. It might be a little Mary J. Blige, a little Anita Baker. So what that is helping you do is still create content for that group that you're trying to attract. So when you're putting content out, you're thinking about the aesthetics, right? You're thinking about the music. And you got to think that, hey, if I really want this one type of person, I have to create content that's going to stop them from scrolling. And when you're doing that, you're thinking about colors, you're obviously naming the person, but you're also thinking about music, right? So once you're doing all these things combined psychologically, people are going to know that, hey, you know what? Christine is here to work with me, right? We have a coach on tonight, right? We have a Yondo on tonight. Yeah, that person, that coach, that consultant, that real estate agent, she's talking to me. He's talking to me specifically because he's appealing to the things that I like. Sometimes people ask me, hey, Kaz, should I put my workouts on social media? Should I put my kids on social media? Absolutely, as long as it aligns to the type of people that you're trying to attract. So let's say, again, you're a real estate agent and you help single mothers find houses in the Washington, D.C. area. So if you have your child on there immediately, right? I'm a mother. She's a mother. I could relate with her, right? Because she knows what I'm going through. She knows my struggles. So once you're able to identify the type of person that you want to help, it's going to make it super easy for your audience to relate with you. And once they start relating with you, guess what? That's when the money starts coming. That's when they're going to start clicking, right? They're going to start fishing around. They're going to start looking for other pieces of content. They're going to soon see that, you know what? Not only is she your mother, she also likes lasagna. I like lasagna, right? And then they're going to approach your educational type of content. They're going to start to consume it. Before you know it, you have a new follow, right? So what I want you to do, the action in P1 is to create what's called a customer avatar, right? So a customer avatar is when you're able to take that person, and you're going to say it's a woman, she's 20 to 25, right? She likes lasagna. She's a single mother. She's a nurse, and then you're going to name her, right? And let's say her name is Renee or Elizabeth. And now what you're going to do is when you're creating your content, you're going to talk to Renee or Elizabeth like you're just talking one-on-one. Don't think that you're talking to the entire United States. You're going to catch everybody, right? you're only talking to Renee. You're only talking to Elizabeth. And what you have to tell her is gold. And once you're able to start communicating one-on-one, like you sitting right next to Renee, it's going to get a lot easier for you to create content. It's going to get a lot easier for you to write messages because now you're only writing to Renee, right? You're not writing to the whole entire world. All right. So that's all about, people. The action that I want you to take in this step is to create a unique customer avatar. So if you're taking notes, I want you to research. I want you to Google. You could actually DM me back. Hey, Kaz, what's the avatar? If you forget, but I want you to create a unique customer avatar. So let's go to P2. So P2 is your platform. So once you're able to figure out your people, right, in P1, now you can focus on your platform, because not every person, let's go back to P1, is on every platform. So if you can, in the chat, I got to keep you guys awake. Just name out some random platforms for me, some social media platforms. We have a few, right? And some of them are popular, some of them are not. But just type out your favorite platform. All right, in the Facebook group, we have Instagram. We have 2 Instagrams in Zoom. So Instagram seems to be the most favorite right now. But yeah, we got TikTok, right? So let me help you guys out. We have Facebook, right? We have Twitter. Is anybody on LinkedIn, right? We have Snapchat. We have a couple people on Pinterest in the group, right? So there's tons of platforms, right? So the person that you're trying to attract, your complete total avatar, they're not going to be everywhere, but they are showing up in certain places more than others, right? So right now, Instagram is the most popular for young adults, male and female. It's easy to consume, right? But let's say you have an older adult. Let's say you are selling houses to people who are established. They're between 40 and 60. Guess where they hang out? They're probably not, they probably have an Instagram, but they're not hanging out there, right? They're probably hanging out on Facebook, right? So let's say you do B2B. So let's say you're trying to attract CEOs and you want people with a higher income bracket, right? Those people are hanging out on LinkedIn. So once you know that, you've identified your person and you've identified your platform, now what you have to do is hammer down. You got to double down and hammer content on that platform. Right. So the other thing that you could do too is figure out not only where do they hang out, what applications, what platforms are easy for you to actually create. And for most people, it is Instagram. So I always suggest really trying to dominate one, but if you have to, 2, but no more than 2. So I know a lot of coaches, a lot of gurus are like, hey, I want you to repurpose and I want you to be everywhere and I want you to do all the things, right? You're already struggling to post once a day. Right? So I know this. So why are you going to try to post once a day and then multiply that by 6 or 7 different platforms? You're going to fail, right? I don't want you to fail. And we talked about failing forward at the beginning of the class, but you're going to quickly give up because that strategy is not sustainable. No one could do that for 7 days in a row and then come back next week and do it another 7 days and then come back for the 3rd week and do it another 7 days. You're going to start to fall apart. So what I'd suggest doing is first identifying your people. We talked about that on the slide before this. Figure out what platform they are on and then just dominate that platform. Now you can repurpose. So let's say you're making short form content and you have memes and you're like, hey, you know what? This meme would also look good on Facebook, but Facebook is not your place. Go ahead and post it there. But when I say don't hang out there, don't post it on Facebook and then see, some flashy car on Facebook. And then before you know it, you're scrolling. And before you know it, you're 60 minutes in, the kids are getting hungry and you can't go back to LinkedIn where you were supposed to put that content ad in the first place. That makes sense. Just again, type a S in the chat and say for cents. S in the chat for cents. If that makes sense, put an S in the chat for a cent. So again, don't stretch yourself too thin. Thank you. I appreciate you, Coach. Don't stretch yourself too thin. Thank you, Thomas. All right. Don't stretch yourself too thin. I got to keep on saying it. So find the one platform that you're super comfortable with. And that could just be Instagram. And it's okay. You can make a lot of money from Instagram, but you have to dominate that platform and not get distracted on other platforms where your customers just aren't hanging out. So a lot of people jump on TikTok. I'm going to use myself as an example because I'm not perfect. My daughter will send me stuff on TikTok and I will jump in and I'll see that one video and 30 minutes will go by because I looked at 20 or 30 or 50 other videos because TikTok is just that aggressive in trying to pull me in and soak me in. Before you know, I'm looking at recipes, I'm looking at cars, I'm looking at places to eat in Atlanta. So again, keep in mind that you are the creator, meaning that you're the business owner. You're not the consumer, right? You can make time and have fun with it. I'm not saying don't consume it all. It's hard not to on social media, but what I don't want you to do is get distracted, right? So it's super easy to get distracted. That's what social media is designed for, to distract you, but you want to be the person doing the distracting and getting customers as opposed to being the person getting distracted, right? Let's go to P3 real quick. So profile. So now you have your people, right? P1, you know what platform you're on. You're making all this amazing content. You're getting better and better every day, right? Because now you have some type of strategy. So once you're on these platforms and you're creating content, the natural thing for people to do is going to be like, hey, who's this Thomas guy, right? Who's this Ayana? Who's Coach Maya? I want to learn more about them. And the next thing that they're going to do is, guess what? They're going to click on your profile. They're going to click on your profile. They're curious. They want to know who you are, right? And one of the strategies that we use, and I don't have it listed in this PowerPoint presentation, but I want to tell it to you, right? So one of the easiest ways to get new customers, right? So we're going to interject. Now I want you to write this down. I want you to pay attention. One of the easiest ways to get customers is to go to your competition, somebody that's bigger than you in your field. So let's say you're a real estate agent, right? And you have 1,000 followers, and there's another real estate agent in your city, right? And they have 100,000 followers. They can't serve their entire base. But what you can do is you could go to their profile. Let's take Instagram, for example. You could go to their profile, click on their alerts, and every time they post, I want you to look to see who's liking their pictures. So if they're in your area, they're bigger than you, they're doing better than you, they cannot serve all the people that they want to serve. So this is where you come in and you ethically, right? You're not stealing, but you ethically engage with their clients. And the way you do that is to go to their last post, look and see how many people have liked their last post. So let's say 5 or 6 people like their post in the past hour. Guess what? Those people are engaged, number one. Number two is those people are interested in the thing that you're selling. Number three, those people are ready. So all you're going to do is go to that post, see who liked it, click on their name, right? And then go and quickly engage with their content. Don't do anything crazy. But when I say engage with their content, what do you think that means? That means like their pictures. If something relates to you, that means you're going to comment under their pictures, right? If they have a question in their captions, you're going to answer the questions. You don't necessarily have to follow. You can if you do like their stuff. But remember, you're the creator, not the consumer. But what's going to happen when they jump back online? Because they are active, because they just liked something 2 hours ago. So they are active. So that's a good feature right there. So, but what's going to happen is when they open Instagram back up, they're going to be like, you know what? Who's this Coach Maya? Why is she liking my stuff? Right? I'm going to go to her profile. And now that the profile is activated, the profile is optimized, the profile is ready. All right. So, all right, I see what she's putting down. I like what she's putting down. She's giving me value. I'm going to go ahead and follow her, right? So P3 profile. So what are things that you could do? So number one is you want to make sure that your profile picture is attractive, it's clear, it's not blurry. You don't have 18 people in your profile picture, right? It's doing what it's supposed to do. People want to get to know who you are. And the easiest way to do that is by connecting your face to your profile. The second thing that you want to do is make sure that your profile is clearly stating, what you do and how you can help people. People are buying results. I gotta say that again. People want to buy results. So a lot of times people, when they're creating content, the reason that they're not getting customers is people don't know what you do. Or, it's just confusing. Yes, you have the lasagna post. Yes, you have the picture with your kid. Yes, you have the workout post. And I'm saying all that is great. But every now and again, not 100%, not even 90%, but every now and again, you have to tell people how you could give them value, and you have to give it to them for free right there on your profile, right? So your profile is actually the funnel. Sometimes people spend $99 a month, $100 a month, right? 99 is 100, right? $200 a month, $500 a month on setting up some type of funnel. And these funnel programs, I'm not knocking them. They do their job, but keep in mind that Instagram itself is a funnel. If you create it in a way where people are now attracted to your profile, they're coming in, they could take some type of action, and you could get them on an email list, you could follow up with them later. That is a funnel, absolutely free. All you have to do is work that funnel, right? All you have to do is make sure that it's attractive. All you have to do is make sure that it's optimized, right? And you're going to do this by making sure your profile is the best profile out there. So I have a couple examples. I'm going to get off track with this PowerPoint presentation for a while. What time is it? 8:34. So we got a couple minutes. So we have Ben King right here. So Ben King, what do you think he does? What do you think Ben King does? He's telling you he's a mortgage loan officer, right? There's no ambiguity, right? It's not vague. He's telling you exactly what he does. He serves these states: Georgia, Alabama, Florida, North Carolina. It looks like he's a man of God. Like he has John 14:6 right here. He's giving you some other information. So he's proven to you that he's real. And then he has this button right here where you could click and learn more. And as you go through his profile, it's clear that he's trying to help you get a mortgage, right? He's trying to help you get that loan, right? And again, he's very personal. He's doing some trends, but it's a nice mix. His face is not in every picture. It's a nice mix. He's doing trends, like I said before, and he's doing educational content. So if I click this right here, it'd be educational content. But this is an example of a great looking profile. So Amika started working with me on Facebook, and she's just getting started. So if you're on the call and you're in the Facebook group, this is not meant to call you out, but I'm going to show you a profile that needs work, right? So if you came to Amika's profile, right, she's doing a fantastic job. She's dropping these reels. She's giving tons of value, tons of content. It's super clean. But what does this profile tell you other than her last name? I'm gonna pause, right? It's not telling you anything, right? So she has this link right here. So it's a link to MailChimp. Yep, there you go. I like that, Thompson. Nothing, right? So like it's not giving you any type of information. So her followers will eventually go up, but only after we optimize this profile, because people want to know who they're following, right? And the goal is not to get 10,000, 100,000 followers, but it's to get customers. Your goal is to get customers to follow you. And if we compare Amika to Ben is doing a very good job of just letting people know exactly what he does. And then you could choose if you need to follow him or not. So if I'm in the space of looking for a house and I live in Florida and I'm also a Christian and, I like his content, everything is good here. I like how clean it looks. Again, he's being silly with the content, but if I could connect with him, if I could be like, hey, you know what? I have a mustache too. I like what he's putting down. He's a little corny, but I like him. I'm gonna follow him, right? So sometimes people are like, hey, I look crazy on camera, right? I have a mole on my face, or I'm not good, or sometimes I mess up. I want you to know that nobody cares. If that's the reason that's stopping you from moving forward, nobody cares, right? Nobody's gonna stop you. You have customers out there that specifically want to work with you because of the mole on your face. So don't look at the things that you might think are personally holding you back and be like, hey, nobody wants to work with me because of this thing, right? Those are called self-limiting beliefs. And everybody has customers out there that only want to work with them, but they don't know you yet. And your job is to have them get to know you, and you're going to do that on social media, right? I can't say that any clearer. So don't be afraid of putting out content. Don't be afraid of showing your face. Don't be afraid of getting started, right? So P number 4 is purpose. That's the other big thing too. So when you wake up and you know that you have to post every week, the only thing that's going to keep you motivated is not Kaz. I'm not going to be here for you, right? So even if I'm your coach, even if we could, connect on Instagram, even if I send you reminders, the only thing that's going to be rougher than me is your purpose, right? So everybody has a different purpose to why they're doing it. People love money, but money's not the only motivator. People have kids. Some people might have gotten laid off and they're like, hey, I don't want to feel that feeling again, right? So that could be the purpose. I'm not going to say it here too long, but some people want to buy a $400,000 house in 2 years, and they're on a goal, they're on a mission. They have this goal, they have this plan, they're trying to knock it out, and that's your purpose, right? So anytime you're up against the ropes, you're up against the wall, you're feeling down, you don't feel as motivated as you should, I want you to tap into your purpose, right? So far we spoke about people, we spoke about the platform, we spoke about the profile, optimizing that, but make sure that your purpose is written down, right? And every day, and again, it could change, it might evolve, but every day when you feel like, hey, you know what, I'm tired, I'm not getting the results that I want you to go back and think about your purpose, right? So number 5 is proof. Now, this is the big one. If you want sales tomorrow, I could make that bold claim. If you want sales tomorrow, and I could help you with it, if you want sales tomorrow, the one thing that you're going to need in your content is proof, right? So earlier we talked about, your profile, the people, and making sure that you're able to let people know what you do. The only thing better than letting people know what you do is showing them what you do, right? So social proof is the most important thing in marketing since the 1930s. There's nothing that works better in marketing than showing before and after pictures, prior state, current state, having people talk about, the experience that you went through with them, having people talk about the transformation that they got after working with you, right? So if somebody's on the fence, the only thing that's going to push them over the fence is knowing that, hey, you know what? Melissa worked with Thomas. Melissa was struggling. Now Melissa is not struggling. I look like Melissa. I want to be Melissa. I'm going to call Thomas. It's that simple, right? So when you look at any commercial, when you look at any ad that has appealed to you in the past 10, 20 years, it's because somewhere in the customer journey, proof was provided that you could get the result that you've been looking for, right? And this is when you want to interject it into your marketing. So again, we could go deeper and we could talk about what that looks like. But if you don't have any social proof right now, that's got to be the number one thing that you have to do this week, is find a way to get proof from your prior clients, from your prior customers. If you're just starting out, this should be your goal, to do a couple of jobs for free. If you claim that you could do any type of service for somebody else, offer to do it for 50% off. If you can't do it for free, in exchange for a testimonial. This could be written, but nothing goes better and faster and harder than some type of visual, right? So that could be a picture. Nothing goes harder than a visual, except video. So it doesn't do video. So get it written, get a picture, a testimonial. But if you can get some type of video, if you could get all 3, that's great too. Now, what you're going to do is start putting that content out in the mix. And again, DM me and I'll show you how to do it. But you want to prove to people, or you want to show people the proof that you could actually do what you do. And if you're charging 100, if you're charging 1,000, if you're charging 100,000, this rule still applies, right? So I promised you that I'm going to give you a P6. We're going to jump into it. And P6 is to prepare to produce, right? So nothing is going to make you fail faster than the inability to prepare. So preparation is key. So earlier we talked about consistency and making sure that you're showing up. Consistency could be every day. It could be twice a week. It could be 3 times a week. But the easiest way to hit that target is to actually prepare for that target. So what I'm going to do is heavily advise that, let's say your down day is Saturday, and that's the day that you get the most time, to just, again, mentally plan for the following week. The same way you're planning for sales, the same thing that you're planning to roll out new products, the same way you're planning to roll out new services. I want you to plan and prepare for social media, right? So you should already have, if you're a Tuesday and Thursday person, on Saturday, I want you to prepare to know what you're going to put out on social media, right? So you're going to be thinking about the copy. The copy is what you're going to write down. You're going to think about the visual. So if you're going to do a video, you're going to do all the videos right there on Saturday in batch. And you're going to make sure that you're ready to put out that content on Tuesday and Thursday, right? So once you're prepared, it's better than you waiting till Tuesday and you're going to wake up and be like, okay, I got to do this now. The chance of that happening decreases because now the kids want you, right? Now your boss is calling you. Now you have a client that wants to meet with you in an hour. And then if you put it off to the next day, something's going to happen. And then you're going to put it off to the next day. And before you know it, a whole week went by and you failed to put out content. So P6, prepare to produce, and you're going to be fantastic. So let's do a quick recap, and I'm going to open it up for any Q&A. If you have any questions, we could talk about anything social media. I'll give you the answers. There are no gates here tonight. So if you want the secrets, If you've been struggling, I'm going to show you how to work with me if you need more help. But again, P1 was people, right? Making sure that you're identifying your unique audience, right? And creating a customer avatar. P2, platform. P3, profile. Make sure your profile is optimized, right? P4, make sure you have a purpose. So if it's your kids, if it's money, if it's getting out of the rat race, getting out of the 9 to 5, that's your purpose. That's what's keeping you up, keeping you motivated. P5, please provide proof. Proof is going to lead to sales. Proof equals sales. I want you to remember that. Proof equals sales. And P6, prepare and produce. So we're going to jump into Q&A. If you have any feedback, burning questions, tell me what problems you're facing. As you pause, again, my name is Kaz Thompson. Jump on Instagram. I'm going to follow you back. That's the best way. If we get cut off, that is the best way for me to answer your questions. I'm not going to charge you for that. It's free. I want to connect. I want to get to know you. Tell me about your business. We have a podcast. We highlight business owners all the time. So again, follow me on Instagram. I will follow back, right? And I also want to invite you to be a part of our group, the Brand Marketing Blueprint. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to be able to put more time back in your schedule. We're going to hold you accountable. You're going to spend less on advertising because I'm going to give it to you step by step. And we have a proven system that works. So I'm not going to run through all this right here, but you're going to get the Brand Marketing Blueprint system, $2.99. You're going to get 2 ebooks, access to the community calls. We're going to give you some video hook scripts. So this is something that people get challenged and really hurt with all the time. They're like, hey, I want to do video, but I'm scared, number one. Number two, I don't know what to say, Kaz. So I'm going to teach you and give you all the tools to make you or help you create great videos. We're going to give you the social media one-on-one workshop. This is for new users. So if you still need more help jumping on with social media, we have 365 videos. This is going to go right with this short form video hack script right here. So 365 video ideas. That means every single day of the week, I'm going to tell you exactly what to put out there. And I'm going to give you a bonus. So we have a free one-on-one coaching session. It's 90 minutes. So if you want to get some time away from a workshop like this, and we just want to talk and ask me questions specific to your business, that value is worth $149. So everything here is worth $1,046. I want to give it to you for $49. So what I'm going to do is open it up for Q&A. As I do that, I'm going to put the link to the Brand Marketing Blueprint in the chat, or you can just go to www.brandmarketingblueprint.com and check it out right there. And I'd love to work with you and for you, right? So I'm going to be serving you. Sometimes people get a lot of confusion going on in regards to, well, who works for who? I work for you. So once you're in this group, you're the boss. You tell me what you want to accomplish, what you want to do, and I will work with you. We have, again, tons of customers. We have a great community of other like-minded entrepreneurs that also want to help you out. So I want to see you there, right? So I'm going to put that in chat, but I'm going to open it up. I want to thank you for being on the call. If you want to screenshot this first page and also put up a story, I'm going to show you exactly what we could do for you. I'm going to repost your story and get you immediate attention back to your account tonight. So you can just put this right here or post this right here, take a picture of this right here, tag me in your story, and I will hit you back and send some visitors your way. But let's go ahead and put this in the chat. So you can come off of mute, or if you're shy, you can also type your questions in the chat if you have any questions, feedback for me.
Hey, Cash, you did your profile picture, right?
I did.
Yeah, so yeah, man, I definitely want to connect with you because I need a professional profile picture
Okay.
to put on my page, and just connecting with you on some more content as well.
Yeah, let's do that. A matter of fact, last Saturday we did a pop-up portrait session in downtown Atlanta. So anybody that's listening, if you're in Atlanta, period, if you're in the metro area, we do portraits on a regular basis. I'm not going to charge you anything crazy for it. As a matter of fact, the last portrait pop-up we did, the price was pay what you want. Anything more than $1 and up. So depending on what you need, I'd love to take care of you, Thomas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to DM you and we could put something together. But I'm usually in Atlanta on the weekends doing a lot of photography. So I'd love to help.
Okay, perfect. That works.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Appreciate you being here too, man.
No doubt.
All right, we're going to put this in the chat. See if we can do it.
Also, another quick question. When you post those reels where it looks like you're the images are floating maybe over the ocean or maybe
Yeah.
some type of nature scenery,
Right.
and you add some content to it.
Mhm.
How do you capture those images? How are you using those?
All right. So I'm going to give you all the secrets right here. Like I said, no gatekeeping. All right. Let's mute this right here. And I'm going to, for anybody that's watching, I'm going to go to my profile. And we're going to look at what Thomas is talking about. So even for tonight, hopefully the story opens up. But stories are the best place, number one, to sell stuff, because that way it doesn't appear or look like you're doing tons of selling on your feed. But one, the people that are watching your stories are the most engaged. And the stat is, I think, 70 million people watch stories every day. So that's when you could get the most expressive. Looks like stories is not opening up. But Thomas, I use an app called Repost, right? So what I will do is, what makes Repost great, and I wish you guys could see the last story, but it's not opening up, maybe because I'm on Zoom. But I'll go to Repost. I will search in Instagram for like either aerial picture or a travel picture. And if that maybe I could pull it up and just show it to you on screen. If that piece of content does not have words on it, I'll just swipe it. I'll download it. All right, so if you could see this, there you go. That's a example of what Thomas is talking about. All right. So what I will do is, you saw that, right, Thomas? Something like that.
Yep, that's it.
All right, perfect. So what I'll do is I will download, I'll take that image, I'll copy it, and once I paste it in the app, I think the app costs maybe like $3 or $4 a year or something like that. It wasn't expensive at all. But now I have that. Now I have that reel, and sometimes I'll put the reel on my feed. But I love it for stories because people are super attracted to the movement in the background, but they are reading the words on the screen. So that's when I'll use the art of copywriting to get people interested. I'll leave a little curiosity there. So if people need help and they want the next step of my journey, which is more value, that's when they'll get it. So exactly what I'm doing tonight too is an example of what people should be doing on a regular basis. We don't charge for more value. What you want to do is put out so much value that when it's time for people to actually, use you, they'll remember that you gave them so much value and you're capable of doing it. So this is just another demonstration of you putting yourself out there as a coach, as a consultant, as an agent, somebody in real estate that could help them, because you're putting out so much value. So the goal, even though like I told you how to connect with me at the end, and I'd hope that you buy something, but the goal is not even for you to buy something. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you'll know that there's something to sell. You'll know that I'm a coach, and you'll know that I'm a trainer, because that's what I've been doing with you for the past 45 minutes. And we're giving out free stuff. So again, Thomas, the app is called Repost. If you can't find it in the App Store, I'll just send it to you. But what you do is you'll search on Instagram for either aerial photography. I know you're into fitness, so you can search for anything that's blank enough, because you don't want it to be too distracting where you're hyping up the person that created it.
Gotcha.
But you want it distracting enough for somebody to just stop and be like, whoa, what's going on here? And for them to read the words that you're offering on the screen. Make sense?
Makes sense. Okay.
All right, man. You got it. Any other questions, comments, feedback? Anybody want to come off mute, jump on camera? And if not, all right, I want to thank you guys for being here. It's 8:53. You're getting about 7 minutes back. Again, if you could take a picture of this page right here, throw it on your Instagram story, I'll post you back. And I have more free content for you. I'd love for you to join our Facebook group as well. See if I could pull it up. So we had a couple of people with us on Facebook tonight, and we usually do free training there as well. So if you're not a member, you're going to just search for Successful Confident Entrepreneurs, or go to facebook.com groups, Brand Marketing University. And again, we have our team here. We put out all kinds of free content here. All right. So if you need more motivation, more tips, and you want to be in a group full of like-minded entrepreneurs, again, the goal is not to sell, but to educate. And once you're ready to take that next step, you know exactly how to get in touch with me. I'd love to see you here for sure. All right, and I just sent out the link to the brand marketing blueprint. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. But again, thanks for jumping on tonight. I'm going to hang out here till 9 o'clock just in case anybody has any questions. But again, I just want to thank you.